Friends, today the gospel talks about Christ reminding us that we are the branches. He is the vine and God the Father as the vine owner. And I would like you to imagine, I'm sure some of us are familiar with planting, the gardening. And we can imagine especially planting the rose flower. It comes with a lot of pruning. Many of us admire, and I'm sure some of us even gave the rose flower as Mother's Day gift to our loved ones. Would admire the beauty of the rose flower. But sometimes we don't think about how much work it took in pruning it for it to come out the way we can admire. So today I want you to imagine that. And there are a couple of things that can help us to relate to what the gospel says today. We see that there is a lot of pruning, as we just mentioned, and that pruning brings new life. Again, it means that the owner is always sensitive, watching out for the plant to notice when to prune. Again, the owner also knows when and how to prune the plant. But above all, the owner prunes for love. For love, because the intention is that the flower will flourish. For the love of the flower, the owner goes about pruning. But there is an important part, that pruning is not always fun. And you see today, Christ tells us that He is the vine, God the Father is the vine grower, and we are the branches. And it's clear that without me, you can do nothing, Christ tells us. Imagine our lives like the rose flower. So many things come to us, so many things happen in our lives to make us like our life is being pruned. Like the pandemic is pruning us in different ways, in different areas, in different situations. But it's important to know that Christ is the vine and we are the branches to that bigger tree that is God. So He invites us to stay connected to Him, to love Him, to remain with Him and let Him prune us so that we can blossom, so that we can flourish. It's not easy to be pruned. You can imagine, you know it firsthand with this experience of the pandemic. For us, in different ways, we'll feel like our lives is being pruned. Some of us as sickness, some of us as death of a loved one, some of us brokenness, some of us crisis in any form. But the assurance is that we have Christ, with whom we are connected as the branch. And today also we celebrate the gift of God, the gift of Mary as our mother, as we recall Mary as Our Lady of Fatima. And she tells us through St. Lucia a beautiful thing to always remember. She says to Lucia, "Don't lose heart. I will never forsake you. My immaculate heart will be your refuge and the way that will lead you to God." So we ask today, through the intercession of Mary, that we will always, all the time, remain connected to Him, to God, who looks out for us, who looks out for us to know when our lives need some pruning, that the grace of God will help us to go through that time of pruning so that our life will come out flourishing and blossoming, to be admired as a testimony to the goodness of God. God bless you.